I can never appreciate my present.
Amen.
Notice I didn't say your future. Because too many of us, we're trying to jump to the future to where we're not even dealing with right now.
That's right.
When you don't deal with right now, that's why the Lord said, take no thought for tomorrow. He said, it's got enough problems for itself. Think about what's going on right now.
Amen.
Where did that come from? It was there yesterday, but I was so busy thinking about Friday. Press toward the mark, forgetting those things which are behind you. Forgetting those things which are behind you. There are some people that within the next week that are going to be behind you. And what's going to happen is once you become enlightened about things, the people that are behind you are going to start trying to pull you.
Yeah.
And here, let me plug this for somebody who's on the verge of, you really don't know what you don't ever feel like you have to explain your relationship with God to anybody.
Amen.
Because if the only part of God you know is what you read, then you don't know it.
Yeah.
Oh, it got quiet up there. Because it's relationship. Relationship means, I'm not saying anything wrong, but the Bible is our guide, yes. That introduces us to who God is. But our personal relationship gets us to know who he really is. Do you understand? It's kind of like this. If you meet somebody on, let's say, Facebook, that's their introduction. But if that's all you know about them is what you read on Facebook, you really don't know them at all. Was that simple enough for you? All right. I know I be, say some stuff and y'all be, that don't sound, okay, I cleaned that up. It's about personal relationship. So pressing toward the mark. You got things that are behind you, things that are in your past, and instead of thank you, God, sometimes what you got to understand is the stuff that is behind you is actually supposed to push you. It's actually supposed to give you, that you're supposed to step on that stuff and use that as a stepping stone to get to where you're trying to go. When you don't do that, it's kind of like walking down the stairs backwards. Notice when you walk down the stairs backwards, you can't determine how fast you're going to be going. You got to hold on to something to go backwards. You understand? And you're not making progress when you're going down the stairs backwards. But in order to get elevated, you got to face forward and grab a rail if you have to. And your legs might be tired, but you still got to keep stepping. You still got to keep moving. Forget everything that is behind you. You got to press toward the mark. Now, here it is. Some of the stuff that's behind you, understand this. It is there as a reminder of where you've been. We talked about this on Thursday. You got some scars and some wounds on you from when you were a kid. That you can look at the wound on your wrist, your arm, your elbow, your knee, and you can remember exactly to the day what happened and how it happened. But looking over the process of time, it healed. It don't hurt anymore. But you got to remember what your mama used to say when you used to fall down and skin your knee. She would pour the peroxide of alcohol on it, and then as soon as it starts getting a scab on it, it starts healing, it starts itching, and she tell you, don't pick at it. Why? Don't pick at it because it's trying to heal, but you keep picking at it. It's trying to go past, but you keep messing with it. The reason why he called you and he ain't talked to you in 2 years is because he's trying to get away from you. He's trying to see if you done healed up or not. Oh, glory, glory, glory. And the very time that you take your eye off of where you're going and start looking at where you've been, you're going to miss what was meant for you. So now, I got a decree for you. Say excellence.
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 Forget things that are behind me. I got to move forward.
I got to move forward.
Got to keep my eyes on the prize. It may be hard. But I got to keep my eyes on the prize. Now, this is what I need you to declare. Next time somebody, see, you got to think about this. Being that you are excellent in God's way and in his right, you know that you're excellent. Yes. You know that you're excellent. You were created to excel. Ooh. You were created to excel. You were created to move forward. You were created to move forward with power. You were not created to be held back by something dead.
Amen.
Your past. You weren't created for that. But in order to excel, sometimes you have to learn how to forgive.
Amen.
Ain't no sometimes, all the time, you got to learn how to forgive. I don't care how bad they hurt you. I don't care what they said. And here it is. True forgiveness is not, distance does not equal deliverance. And then because you ain't seen him in 15 years, you think you done forgave him? No. Let's get y'all in the same room at the same time and let's see how you respond. Can you go love on them? Can you give them a hug? Can you put something in their hand? Because watch this, when you pray with unforgiveness in your spirit, your prayers make it to the roof and that's it. Bible clearly says, Jesus said, when you go to pray, if you find in your heart that you have something against your brother, you go get it right and then come back, or else your prayers may not be answered. So while you walk around 15, 20 years mad at somebody and wonder why your life is hell in a certain situation, there may be a seed of unforgiveness in your spirit. Well, even though they did you wrong, you still got to learn how to forgive. It's easy to ask somebody for forgiveness when you're in the wrong. But when you know you're right and you didn't do nothing wrong to that person and they deserve what's happening to them, God says it's not yours to say what they deserve. You need to forgive them because that's what I would do. Because you might have the only thing that they got to get to me. Because what happens when they know they did you wrong? They know they took you out of everything. They know you broke. They know they did everything to you. But you can look at them and say, I love you. It is all good. I ain't bitter. I'm better. Once you take that from them, once you take that from them, even if it's your mother or father, if you continue to say, the reason I'm like this is because of what my mama did, you will never heal because your mama still holds that key in her hand. And God forbid if she's dead and gone. But you take ownership. I'm 30 years old now. I shouldn't be tripping over something that happened to me when I was 12. I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that. I'm excellent. See, you're going to start getting that free. You're going to start flowing here in a minute because you're going to start pulling up some stuff. You're going to start pulling up some stuff. I see a lot of times what we do is we pick the fruit off the tree. We trim the branches, but we never get down to the root of it. And as long as you trimming the branches, it's going to always grow back. So sometimes you stop messing with the branches and get down there to the seed of the whole matter. The whole tree has to come up. So you're dealing with your past. You got to learn how to forgive people of stuff that you don't think it was that big, but it has a result in how you think right now. I just got to that point not even 6 months to a year ago. 40 years old, wondering, why am I so protective about what's mine? If it's mine, it's mine. And it sounds childish, but it's like, this is my room, this is my space. Why y'all taking my stuff? Because I've always been a giver. And being a giver and nobody ever wants to give back to you, it hurts when it comes time for you to receive. Amen. And so everything was mine, but then I had to peel layers back in my head and start realizing, whoa, when I was 7 years old, this happened. That happened. That's why I feel like that here. That's why I feel like that there. And what I had to realize is say, look, you are 40 years old now. That was 33 years ago. That tree has been planted for so long. And the killer part is an apple tree don't look like the seed. You'll get that in a minute. You can't look at a seed and tell what kind of fruit is in it. You can't look at it. But when it starts growing, it's like, so that's why you don't know what the seed of it is because the fruit is out there. But I dare you to ask God, reveal it to me. Show me what the seed is. And I guarantee you, when you start pulling up that seed, you'll start seeing a whole bunch of stuff fall down. Then you say, I got to forgive them. I got to release them. I got to let it go. I know they're still doing it, but they don't know no better. I am a child of God. I walk in the spirit. They walk in flesh. So therefore, the flesh thing should not penetrate the spirit. So I ought to be able to speak and look over those things. I ought to be able to forgive. I ought to be able, yes, God, I ought to be able to release.
Yes.
Yeah. In Hebrew, the word forgive is A.C.F.F. A.P.H.E.S.I.S. Feces is the medical terminology for bowel movement. Think about that. Forgive is a feces. So therefore, thank you, God. If you never have a normal movement, if you never release, glory. What happens when, let's look at the biological way. If you never release, you get a blockage, you get a buildup inside of you. You can't pass nothing. You bloated, you feel bad, stomach hurt, and what's in starts to come out through your skin. People start seeing it all on your skin. Why? Because there's a blockage on the inside. That's the same thing with forgiveness when it comes to your spirit. If you don't know how to forgive, you'll emotionally worship every Sunday. What am I saying? You'll be crying every Sunday because your feelings hurt, not because you love the Lord. A lot of the worship that y'all seeing, it ain't real worship. Because some people can cry on sight. Amen. You gotta understand, forgive. I gotta release. I gotta get this off of me. I got to be like Ice Cube, come out feeling like 10 pounds lighter. Got to come out of here light as a feather. When you leave people and you let them stay where they are and you forgive them, you let them go, you love on them in spite of, it don't matter. See, unconditional love gives people the right to hurt you. When you love them unconditionally, that means that there's nothing that they can do that will turn your love away. You see how weak y'all we are right there? Because a lot of us like to feel like we got the right to hate somebody. Or we got the right not to want to. Christ was not like that. And that's what makes us different. But see, when you get to that point where you have released and you free and you good, then you got to become protective. Say protective. Protective. You got to be protective because when you look at yourself in the mirror, you are looking at a crime scene. Wow. You're looking at a crime scene where all kind of laws in the spirit had been broken. But now I'm at the crime scene. And y'all ever watch CSI? Well, you know other shows? First 48, Cops, all this kind of stuff. All that good stuff. What happened?